Alright, we don't have time for one of those long question videos. We can probably get through a page here. And it was in the year 2008 that the amazing atheist stumbled upon a power hitherto obfuscated by the blessing of human ignorance. Question time. What is your reasoning in believing that Venom Fang and Jesus Freak don't actually believe in God regardless of whether they'll actually admit it? It's not just a matter of whether they'll admit it, it's a matter of whether they'll admit it to themselves. Because, you see, I don't think that they consciously say, oh, I'm a Christian, but really in their back of their minds like, I'm an atheist, ha ha ha, I'm tricking you. You know, I don't think it's like that. But I do think that they're lying to themselves. They're just, it's self-deception, you see, folks. And the reason I know this is because they fear death. They've shown no signs of being less afraid of dying than me, or you, or your atheist brother, or your atheist mother, or your atheist father, or your atheist father's brother. That would be your uncle, your atheist uncle. So if they believe they're going to a magical kingdom in the sky filled with wonderment and balloons and gumdrops and candies, then why are they so afraid? They should be committing suicide left and right. Of course, that's a sin. But you know what? Sins never really bother them. If they really believe that death was a gateway to heaven, you would see them employing a lot less caution at the very least. Why don't you do anything about the page Encyclopedia Dramatica has about you? Well, that's a good question. The thing is that I can't, okay? The laws are constructed in such a way that if I want to sue Encyclopedia Dramatica, I have to prove that Encyclopedia Dramatica itself is slandering me or has, you know, put up libelous stuff about me. But see, they haven't. They host it, but they didn't put it up. It was put up by third parties, you know, users of Encyclopedia Dramatica. So if I want to sue someone for libel, the law says that I have to sue those users. And guess what? There's no way to fucking figure out who the users are. So I can't sue any fucking buddy. Of course, I could subpoena Encyclopedia Dramatica to reveal which IP addresses had used that page or whatever. But if I subpoenaed Encyclopedia Dramatica, you know, I would have to give them my name and address and all that and so on and so forth. And then guess what? Next thing I know, bees raiding me again. Yay! Because I'm the asshole that didn't fucking stepped on their lols or whatever. So, I don't know. It's just more fucking trouble than it's worth. Let them have their fucking bullshit thing. Let them slander me. Let them take my quotes out of context. Let them call me everything from a fucking pedophile to a goth. Yeah, I look so fucking goth. You know, they're like, ooh, he's a goth, because I listen to Manson, so I must be goth. Yeah, I'm like, because you always see me fucking dressing all goth and shit. Whatever. And, you know, stealing my fucking artwork. I don't mind, you know. And then, of course, and then not only do they steal my artwork, but they put shit in my, they put like pieces in among my artwork that doesn't even look like my artwork, and then say it's my artwork, you know. Not only that, these are pieces of art that were done in like MS Paint, and then they're like, ooh, this isn't a masterpiece, you know, so fuck you. I don't know. I obviously detest their site and think they're a bunch of morons and imbeciles, and it's not even fucking funny. I mean, they do everything for the lulz, but there's no fucking lulz to be had. Whatever, I don't give a shit. I mean, I obviously do give a shit, but I don't give a shit enough to actually do anything about it, so whatever. They can have their little tea party until the day that I am a multi-billionaire and track them all down and have them assassinated by my squadron of evil vampire ninjas. Anyway, if you could have the ability to learn to play professionally one musical instrument in 1 second, which musical instrument would you like to play and why? I'd like to be able to play the piano because you know, because first of all, everyone has to play the guitar. And the piano is such a versatile instrument. I mean, you can, any emotion, anger, there's other emotions, I know, they'll come to me. Sadness, that's another one. happiness. Haven't really had much experience with that one, but you know, I'm sure it's out there somewhere. And so you know, you can play all the emotions on the piano, and it's just a fun instrument. I like it. It's sexy, and I want to ejaculate on the keys and be like, ha 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 ha. Yeah. So. What gives tears to your eyes? I mean positive things, not things that make you sad but happy, in a way that gives tears in your eyes. For example, beautiful sunset or whatever. I like chalupas. I think a chalupa brings tears of happiness to my eyes. If you got to be in charge of the whole planet, what would you do? Well, the thing is, I don't think I would accept that position. Because, unless it was handed to me democratically somehow. The thing is that I don't believe that the world can be changed by the decree of a king. I don't think you could say, oh, from now on you will do this. I mean, it might be the law, and people might obey it, but things haven't really changed. You haven't changed any minds. You've just changed behavior. That's not how things really change. Things can't change from the top down. They have to change from the bottom up. It's a cliche at this point, but it's fucking true, and we all know it. What is your thought of all the popular YouTube atheists, except you and Rabbit8, becoming partners? Well, the thing is, it's not like I've been steadfast and guided by principle and said, I will not accept YouTube partnership. The thing is, I've tried to become a YouTube partner, they just don't want me. Probably for the same reason they don't want me on the most viewed and most discussed list. Because I'm controversial, and I say controversial things, and I have controversial opinions, and they don't want that fucking up their list of teenage girls shaking their asses and, you know, little Asian kids telling bad jokes and everyone thinks they're cute. I don't know. You know, I'm a threat to whatever the YouTube status quo is, so they don't want me, so fuck them. Fuck them with their ass until they die of AIDS and cancer simultaneously. Have you ever lost all sexual interest in the middle of masturbating, yet still continued to masturbate until a very boring, non-sexual ejaculation? Yeah, like sometimes you'll be there, oh, that's so hot. Actually, that's not very hot at all. Ah, but I'm already going, might as well. Yeah, might as well. Alright, come on. Come on. Come on. Fuck, okay, it's going down, it's going down. Wake up, wake up. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Wake the fuck. No, 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 come on, come on, okay, tits, ass, Corey Feldman, oh! That was alright. What do you think is the most beautiful thing in the world? You're looking at him. Would you work for the CIA if you had the chance? I'd work for the CIA if my job was to dismantle the CIA. That's about the only way I'd work for the CIA, okay? How will the human race become extinct? Through means of evolution into another species over thousands of years, or simply by auto-genocide? Do I look like a fucking prophet? I'm not. I don't know the future. Sorry, but I can speculate. I would think that it won't be by it won't be evolution by means of natural selection. It will be evolution by means of purposeful augmentation. You know, as biotechnologies and nanotechnologies and those things improve by leaps and bounds, I think that we will eventually incorporate them into ourselves, and we will eventually transcend our humanity and become an entirely new species. And that will be a glorious day, I hope. Probably, maybe. We're going to become evil. Anyway, are you truly a pessimist, or do you think that the human race might have a future? Well, I just fucking answered that, douchebag. You're the same guy that asked the last question, so you should know that those two questions are going to have the same goddamn answer. Okay, would you seek a cryogenic means to suspend information, theoretical death, and most likely be revived at the future time over allowing your body to decompose? And then he puts in parentheses $80,000, which I'm assuming is the cost of doing that. And obviously I fucking would if I had that money. If I have $80,000 and they say, okay, we can freeze you and maybe we can bring you back in the future, obviously I'm going to say yes. I'm going to give them the money, I'm going to cryogenically freeze, and I'm going to come back in 2059 or whatever the fuck, and you know, we're going to have lasers, and I'm going to fucking, my man tits will lactate fucking magical juices, and the fucking children will gather around and it will spray in their mouths, and then they'll grow and transform into like dinosaurs and shit and start eating people. It'll be a fucking massacre, man. It's gonna be a fucking disaster. Honestly, you don't even want to be there. Would you seek... Oh wait, that's the same one. What is your view on the ethics of immortality? Should we take advantage of science no matter what? Yes. Yes. Obviously, yes. Alright, last one. What do you think about the Minutemen across the border? I don't think the Minutemen are across the border, they're on this side of the border. They're the ones guarding against people coming over from across the border. What do I think of them? I think they're losers with too much time on their hands. Not to say that I'm pro-illegal immigration, but yeah, I am pro-illegal immigration. Fuck American jobs. I want to give my job to Mexico. You hear, Mexican? Do this fucking busy work. I'll be at your place.